Nashville, which is an important policy speech, will help them do just that. Of course, we'll have coverage for you later in the day, but for now, back to you.
I'm about to learn more about all of it from the White House. Kevin Corke, thank you. Principal Deputy Press Secretary Raj Shah is on the White House lawn right now to join us. Raj, good to see you today. I do want to start with the book, and then we'll talk about the trip to Tennessee. First of all, a big question is, how did this author, Michael Wolff, gain such access to the President of the United States?
Well, the truth is he didn't have a great deal of access to the President of the United States. In fact, he only spoke to him one time since he's become president. That was one phone call in February of last year. He's never spoken to him in person since he became president. And he frankly has been misrepresenting his level of access, his level of cooperation with White House officials. He had one individual who kind of shepherded him through some of this stuff, which was Steve Bannon. And the president has made his views very clear about what we think of Steve Bannon, his conduct, which hasn't changed of late. And look, Steve Bannon's comments in the book were inappropriate. Frankly, this book would not exist without Steve Bannon's cooperation. We think it's highly inappropriate. And frankly, look, the president said it. The man has lost his mind, and good riddance.
You know, we haven't heard the president necessarily come back since Steve Bannon we won't call it an apology, because he doesn't actually say he's sorry. But what do you hear him saying?
Look, the president's comments were pretty clear last week, and there's really nothing further to say. This book has little to no credibility. It's a total fabrication. You just saw Mick Mulvaney's comments from earlier today, pushing back against comments and his interview in the book. There's so many inaccuracies. This is nothing that we see from the President of the United States, who's had a tremendous first year in office, led an amazing team. We've had tremendous successes on the domestic front with the economy, which is booming today, with the passage of tax cuts and reform, and with things overseas, with the crushing of ISIS. So we've had so many tremendous successes with the president leading this spectacular team, and we really think this book is just tabloid trash and really doesn't represent anything that's going on in the building behind me.
All right, real quickly, last question about the book. Any concern in the White House about possible tapes or notes that this author might come out with?
Look, we have no concerns at all about anything this author might produce, because he doesn't have a whole lot. This stuff was made out of full cloth. It has no credibility. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We welcome anything he'd have to introduce, because we don't think it really adds up to much.
All right, let's talk a little bit about Camp David and some things that were talked about this